Greetings and welcome to the 17th Bobzee hour. We've got one or two subjects to cover this evening, including a heavily pregnant woman who lifts weights, that very same woman also encouraging you to surrender your choice into the hands of drug dealers, and we're also asking the question, is Pride Month just another opportunity to create division and hatred? And also, if we have time, we're going to go full-on conspiracy theorist and ask if a group of sleeping assassins are being triggered. Welcome to another Bobzee live stream. Please share your thoughts in the live chat. We'll be getting going in just a second. Okay, I hope I wasn't too drowned out there by the intro. Yeah, as I said, one or two things to cover. Greetings to DJ Carrera, by the way, and who was in the live chat earlier, mentioned something going on in Nottingham, which I am, I'm interested to look at. As I mentioned in the introduction, which I hope you could hear, we mentioned sleeping assassins. Now, where did I get that name from? On my YouTube live, on my YouTube suggested page, I do get lots of. I've noticed videos by Darren Brown keeps getting suggested to me as a potential, video for me to watch. And I will say now, as a skeptic, how much it kind of ruins your enjoyment of a lot of things. If you're into football, you can't watch a football match without, thinking, are the results of this game rigged? You watch an episode of Darren Brown, and where in the past I would have watched it and I would have thought, how on earth is this guy literally hypnotising somebody he's never met just by putting his hands on his forehead and talking like assertively yet soothingly? And it's like, could never make sense of it. Now I see it, oh, of course, it's all deceptive, isn't it? If you ever watched that guy's video on where he predicted the lottery, it would have been a lot more impressive if you had showed us the numbers just before they were drawn. Then I might have believed it. On the subject, by the way, of the National Lottery, couldn't help noticing that in one of their recent adverts, they were it was an advert for someone who had won, and how they were saying, I just can't believe it. No, I honestly can't believe anyone wins like millions of pounds. Who knows? Greetings to the Price of Adam. Lovely to see you in the chat, my friend. Thanks for commenting. Hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. We're about to get going. Sleeping assassins. I'm not sure what the situation is in your part of the world, but here we've had loads of stories about stabbings. Now, I do know someone personally, and I trust their testimony of their son, who was apparently in the town centre. I mean, last weekend, a group of kids were arrested for killing someone with a knife. And like a few days prior to that, the son of a friend of mine, he was approached by a group of kids who started hassling him. He told him to get lost, and they ended up coming back with some guy with a knife. So it leads me to think, what's the situation? Is it and to be honest, I'm not keeping up with the news. I have been told that loads of stabbings are going on, not only in my local area, but everywhere. So I am, I'm curious on that one. So maybe we'll start actually then by having a quick look at the Nottingham Vigil. DJ Carrera says it was incredibly fast. Let's see. Nottingham Visual. Of course, tonight's thumbnail is a picture of, does anyone recognise that person? She's called Gemma Aitkins, and we will see her before the end of the hour, encouraging you to give over any choice you've got. Just the way she says it. We'll watch it together. We'll watch the video she either put up on Facebook or she put up on some outlet, and see for yourself whether you think she's doing what I think she's doing. Also watch this video of her heavily pregnant and see if it looks right to you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to share my screen and we'll have a look at whatever went on in Nottingham. Now, maybe it had nothing to do with knives. I don't actually know. I'm looking at this with a fresh set of eyes. And keeping in mind that, I mean, it's interesting whenever a news event is local to you, how it almost makes it more real. I am highly suspicious of, you know, I wouldn't insult, my goodness, look at that person in the photo. I wouldn't insult anyone's, you know, what I'm conscious of what an insult it would be to a genuine grieving family to be told that anyone, well, to be honest, I'd be past caring what anyone else thinks if I had just lost a family member. Right, the mothers of murdered student Grace O'Malley Kumar and Barnaby Webber. Oh look, my numerology calculator just popped up. Now, of course, could it be that knife attacks are happening all the time? It just so happens that the mainstream media are making a big deal out of it at the moment. Barnaby Webber. It's a 5536 in Chaldean. Is that a coincidence? We've got the dual numbers, the 55. What's the other lady's name? Grace O'Malley. Use it as a vowel or a consonant. I don't think it matters. Kumar. 73, 53. I'm not sure. Nothing necessarily on that one. Yeah, it was suggested this vigil happened very quickly. I will say, with the case of the incident that took place in Bath, they did it. They have announced the victim's name, because that's something I always say in stories where I'm a bit suspicious of what we're being told, that they always release the information too quickly. Yeah, the one local to me was that, you know, they released it in a timely fashion. I got that impression, at least. Greetings to Jokerman, good to see you in the chat. Say Islam cover up Islamic attacks. In the Quran it says to attack the neck. I have honestly never read the Quran. Yeah, to be honest, as I say, this, whatever happened in Nottingham, I do not know the motive, the attack. Right, Barnaby Webber, what a tangled web we weave. His mother asks the crowd to hold no hate. See, what a compassionate mother. She's just lost a son, 19-year-old son, and she's telling, I don't know, over the killing of her. She said the monstrous individuals responsible on Tuesday will not define us. I know he will receive the retribution he deserves. He is evil. Okay, well, obviously we can gauge this response to the response of the parents of Martin Hett, who died in Manchester, who were, you know, they had no anger, they didn't care, they were laughing, they were almost happy about it. But I'm not saying that's the case in this situation. She said, we stand here and feel your love and are united in grief and shock and disbelief, and one day we will smile again, but it takes time. Yeah, I'm not sure on this one, but we will have a look at the... Do you know what, actually I'm not going to look at the one that happened in Bath. The only thing that I would say, if these stabbings are not completely fabricated, then why are they all of a sudden popping up? And that's where I was coming. Silent assassins, are people being... Okay, yeah, this is full-on conspiracy theorist mode now. You know, with like apps, TikTok, trying to send out messages. Who knows? I'm getting all Darren Brown because, as I said, I've been having his videos recommended to me on YouTube. Obviously not anymore believing his tricks, but a lot of the thing he says. So yeah, I'm not gonna cover that one. Jokerman thinks Islamists want to destabilize Europe. Now, the motives of 95% of people who you'd call Muslims, I guess, are just to live a peaceful, happy life. Oh my goodness, why did I have to look at that? Why? I was all happy believing this. Victims: Ian Coates, Grace O'Malley, Kumar and Barnaby Webber. ES Composite. And then they give us this. Come on. Why do they always show up? Can't they give us a break for once? Look at that. Straight out of the prosthetics department. I don't know. Judge for yourself on all of these. This one, yeah, his ears look kind of normal. I'm not sure what's going on with his hair though. It looks like he's wearing a wig. That does blatantly look like a wig. As for Grace, no comment either way. Don't know anything about them. Wow, look at all these people that turned out. Do you know how many people turned out for the person that was murdered in Bath? As far as I know, they didn't have one of these things, and it certainly didn't pop up 2 days after the stabbing. Think how much time it would take to organise a vigil of this size. Can they really just do these things at the drop of a hat? Let's see, I'm going to look just for comparison. Bath stabbing. It happened in... Yes, I'm not particularly saying this is a fabricated event, okay? Not this one. By comparison... Oh, how did that numerology calculator pop up? I say, people probably get stabbed on a daily basis. That's the problem. Roinon. 65 and 40. Okay, no dual numbers going on there particularly. Not in Chaldean or Pythagoron. Was there a vigil? What was the kid's name? Mikey Roinon. I've forgotten how to spell it already. Roinon? Roinon, I think. Vigil. Did he get one? I mean, okay, yes, there was. 3 days ago. Vigil for teenager. How did it compare to the Nottingham one? I mean, it's on a much smaller scale. I actually know that area of Bath. It's we're going to have to watch an advert to go through this one, which will give me an opportunity to look at the live chat. Okay, Jokeman says not the Islamists themselves, but the leaders. Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised by that. And he says attacks happen every day and are not covered in the news. No, you're absolutely right. It seems to be the only ones that are covered are ones that happen on the 22nd of each month, or not necessarily of each month. 22nd of the month. Do you remember the guy? We've mentioned Martin Hett, who was at the Manchester Arena. There was Digby. Look at that crappy little gathering. I'm not, no disrespect. That's probably what a genuine vigil for a person would look like. You know, yeah, nice thing they did for him. They sprayed his name on a skateboard ramp and let off a load of balloons. Fair play. Let's have a look at Nottingham. Now, okay, it was 3 people. I still don't know what actually happened, though. And he gets this. And Sky News cover it. Mickey in Bath only got... Or he's actually from Bristol originally, but he only got Somerset Live covering that. Sky News set out for this one, and I bet every other news outlet in the country as well. I bet there's celebrities there.
This here. Thank you. Thank you. Be really chuffed with this, so I'm going to give it to my brother, Charlie.
I don't know why the audio keeps cutting out. Hopefully that's not my error.
Brother, Charlie.
Tough to see what's going on. Well, that's glitchy. That was some serious glitching going on there. Or is it just... yeah. I'm not saying it's all done in front of a green screen, but...
The 7 pages long, but I wrote big and I'll talk fast. Barnaby, Philip, John Webber.
Seems remarkably good spirits, actually. This guy here, he's doing it well. He looks sad, but she talks almost with a laugh.
Was born on the 11th of January in 2004. And I want you to know that because he is more than a victim of a senseless murder.
Well, then why not actually tell us something about the guy if you want us to know that he's more than just a victim? Don't just tell us his date of birth, like, you know, give us some... Perhaps she will. Let's give her a chance.
He loved pesto pasta, but he hated cottage pie.
Does anyone else see Photoshop? This person does not exist.com. This person is wearing a wig.com. I don't know. Judge for yourself. Maybe he did wear a wig. Perhaps he lost his hair when he was young.
He was obsessed with aeroplanes, and he still carried the dream of being a pilot in the RAF one day. I'm not sure, really, how a history degree from Nottingham was part of that plan. But perhaps he wanted to fly Spitfires. He's been away.
See, they're remarkably upbeat for someone that died 2 days ago. Whatever. I think if it was me, I don't think I could even get up in front of cameras. We'll go back to the one that was held in Bath. I don't think the family attended. Maybe the family were in attendance. But I don't know. There's a bit of a crossover. You know, sorry. A GoFundMe page has been set up by his cousin, Chelsea Cridland. You could say that's dual numerology. By the way, this is the one in Bath now, so... we'll say we do allow for coincidences, of course. How much have they set up? That would be an interesting one. I mean, it did get a good plug. Okay, 17k. I wonder if one's been set up for the other kids. Yeah, if we go back to the search results, what was the name? Yeah, Nottingham. That's all we searched for, wasn't it? Hang on, let's not get too... okay, this... yeah, they had everyone. They had the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Nottingham come out. They had community and faith leaders. They were all there for the cameras. These people knew Sky News were turning up. In the case of, you know, even Professor Shira West... but as I say, I don't actually know the situation on how this person passed. It sounds like he was attacked. Let's see. A 31-year-old suspect who attended university has been arrested. So, yeah, if anyone knows the actual... you know, what happened in that one, I'd be curious to know. I would say that's a comparison of two separate events. Greetings to see... great to see Kirk71 in the live chat. You cannot make it up. The Three Sons' priority was going down to the printers for their football shirts in the midst of their grief. Yeah, you're absolutely right, actually, Kirk, 'cause I hadn't noticed that one. It's not the sort of thing you do in those times, is it? I didn't know they were personalised shirts. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page here. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to find out they did have some kind of imagery on the back. But yeah, that's Yeah, perhaps, of course, I'll be back again Sunday. Perhaps, if there's any... I am curious why this woman keeps glitching out as well.
From his younger brother, Charlie,
Why the picture keeps glitching.
who, despite being 3 years and 8 months younger than him...
It's very, what's the word? Objective. She's giving lots of... I mean, she's telling us about his love of pasta and hatred of cottage pie. But it's not I don't know. Who knows how anyone would be in this situation. What I am surprised to see is how upbeat she is. And as I say, I'm not surprised to see all the glitching.
...is considerably taller.
Have a good laugh
as
there.
you can see. Barnaby
Hilarious.
pretended to be cool with this. But, right, Rory? He really wasn't. He hated it. That said, despite the ribbing, the play fighting, the occasional competitiveness, and far too many swear words, Barnaby, he so adored you. And
Interesting memorial by the mother. Thinking about, I don't know, whatever. Is that something you would put in a your memorial for your son that died 2 days ago? Possibly. You would have to judge for yourself. Kirk says Robomax has put a video out today. The timeline the media given is 4 minutes between the stabbings. Yeah, it takes 49 minutes to walk, according to Google Maps. Yeah, Robomax is brilliant. I did see one of his videos on... Let's see. I saw one of his vids on this very subject. I know he's got 2 channels, hasn't he? It looks like he's using his second one at the moment. Nottingham, yeah, this guy's covered it heavily, so I'm going to share a link to Robomax. We've had him on our Open Lines episodes in the past. He's a Scottish guy, although I don't know if he actually lives in Scotland, but yeah, I'm going to put it in the live chat, just 1 second. Thank you for letting us know that. Greetings to Tony Whitcomb, lovely to see you in the chat. I will try and keep up. Oh, Tony says my brother got slab jabbed and exited Earth last Thursday in his sleep. I've been rock bottom all week when I tried to make a joke and started to well up covering my grief. This footage is not normal. No, you're absolutely right. Unfortunately, in these events that are very high profile, hang on, let me just share Robomax channel. Yeah, I recommend checking him out. He's been around a long time, longer than I have. Yeah, it's funny how grief seems to... And another thing to look for is where they're saying stuff like, oh, we don't want any hatred, we don't want any anger. Sorry, we're back on the Bath one now. Okay, I'm going to say, without doing too much research into it, maybe because it's local to me, I don't know. Mikey Roynon, I'm going to say, is possibly, yeah, I don't necessarily question too much the footage. Why have they shown... Oh, wow, Sky, Bristol Live, The Guardian, BBC. This story is actually getting quite heavily covered by the mainstream media as well. So, is it that mainstream do cover real stories when it's something they want? For example, the city of Bath, perhaps people get stabbed every week. Every Saturday night someone ends up in casualty, or A&E, whatever they call it now, with a stab wound. It just happens that now they want to make a big deal about it. You never know how the mainstream work out. Right, back to Robbo and his... Yeah, I see this video he's done. I'm not going to steal Robbo's video, but we'll certainly watch a couple of minutes of it. I mean, well, 30 seconds of it.
Coverage by ITV News, and they've got a timeline for us, so let's have a listen to what they've got to say about the timeline, because...
Yeah, Robbo was always really, has always been really good at putting these sorts of things together. Really scrutinising the words of the mainstream, so I certainly recommend. This is on his second channel. Yeah, but I will be putting links in the description. Right, let me keep up with the live chat. I've got to say, Tony, I am terribly sorry about your brother, and particularly the calls. Okay, that's almost a bit of a segue onto our thumbnail, the topic of our thumbnail tonight. By the way, I love this. Nottingham incident, new 3,000 metre world record. Yeah, Tony, I'm guessing no one held a vigil for your brother, hey? Right, where was the one? Gemma Aitkins. How familiar is anyone with Gemma Aitkins? I just, celebrities giving birth. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I'm kind of suspicious. I do have a new, just quick bit of promotion of my own content. Bit of self-indulgence, I guess you could call it. I haven't even got it up. Yeah, I've got a new playlist out at the moment. If my live streams are kind of too long, but you want to see the fake baby quiz, I have now got a playlist up. If you're watching this 24 hours after I've live streamed, I will be putting a link up in the top right corner of the screen to this playlist. It's a lot of the pictures we used in the fake baby quiz live stream. I've just put them together in a 50-second video, 2 pictures, see if you can work it out if you haven't already played the quiz. Yeah, going back to Gemma Aitkins. Who is she? She's a TV personality? I don't know. She's also supposedly a mother. And this video kind of made me sick, like a lot of celebrity videos make me feel ill. Let's see. Yeah, Kirk says, Tony, bet you didn't put yourself on TV. No, of course you wouldn't. It's right. Apologies for the poor image quality. Can we up it a bit, actually?
But to answer the question, yes, my plan is the VBAC. But I also know you can't plan.
This woman, now that image there, if you see our thumbnail tonight, you'll know that is the image I used. But by the way, I do hope that it's not too loud. It sounds quite loud my end. Hopefully it's not too difficult for you to listen to. Right, this message on the screen, she's got, you might not be able to read it. What will be, will be. No point stressing or overthinking something that ultimately I don't have any control over. My mindset is, and always has been, to go with the flow and deal with whatever is thrown at me. I'm ready either way. You will see how ready this woman is to give birth. She's lifting weights and everything, but we'll go into that in a minute. So what is she saying she has no control over? What control? Okay, let's listen to her for a minute.
With the babies being born, because they come as and when and how they want. But yeah, planning for a VBAC. But if I have to have an emergency section again, I've done it before, so either or.
No biggie, hey. That is what she's saying. She doesn't have any control over whether or not she has a C-section. Yes, you do. In fact, let's let her carry on talking a minute.
I'm just going to know that on the day when it happens, I'm happy to surrender and do whatever is safest and healthiest for little fella and me. But yeah, like I say, something is coming.
All exciting. She's going to have new fake pictures to put all over her Instagram account. Yeah, that word where she says, I'm just going to surrender and do whatever's best for the baby and me. And how will you decide what's best? Whatever a whatever a medical profession tells you to do. Medical professional tells you to have a C-section. Either or. Don't really care, to be honest, if I have one or not. I've got no choice in it. Yes, you do. You've got every choice to have one or not. Gemma Aitkins, though, she would have you believe that the people whose business it is to sell you C-sections, and when I say sell you, you may not physically be paying yourself, but they can bill the NHS for it. Yeah, she shared her plans. Again, this reminds me so much of Katy Perry when she was talking to, oh, what's that guy's name? Sternum, Murnum, I can't think of his name. He's some DJ in America. Howard Stern, that's it. She's going on about her plans for giving birth. Oh, she's in Hollyoaks, that's where this woman comes from. She was just responding to a fan's question on her story regarding whether she would opt for a natural birth. That wasn't what she was answering. Hang on. Listen to her words. What's the question? Let's listen to it a minute.
But to answer the question, yes, my plan is to be back.
Yes, my plan is to be back. The question was clearly, you're going to come back on TV after you've had your baby. Had nothing to do with a natural birth. 1.8 million followers. I guess that's Instagram. It's always Instagram. They love Instagram. So, of course, I had a quick look at this lady's Instagram account. What do you think you're going to see her doing? People want you to believe they are Wonder Woman, of course. Here she is with her with her fake pregnancy belly. Yeah, no problem stretching. That's fine. What? A pregnant woman's back arches dramatically. Doesn't affect this woman. She can do anything she wants. We've got some more vids of this one as well. This is nothing compared to what we are going to see. Yes, it's remarkably easy for pregnant celebrities to do this kind of thing. Where's the other one? Where's the one I really want to see? It's got to be this one, surely. Oh, hang on. No. Problem with these videos is you can't skip them. Yeah, this is an ad, by the way. I can finally share what I've been working on. Oh, here we go. No problem. Heavily pregnant? Who cares? Just like that woman we saw running around the track. These sorts of exercises. She hasn't even broken a sweat. Her hair isn't even out of place. And she's doing all this to advertise her app. Turns out that's all it is. How, as nurses, midwives would tell pregnant women, don't do any unreasonable heavy lifting. What does this woman think on that? I know what. Show everyone me lifting weights. Look how wide her shoulders are. Ridiculously wide shoulders. This woman has sold out her pregnancy for a brand called Pliability. Yeah, don't trust a word these people tell you. They're your best interest, they couldn't give a stuff about. All they want to do is give you their adverts. Fake belly button. Yeah. I'm sure there's loads of this stuff. And when she does give birth, a couple of things I bet she's going to do is sell the images to OK Magazine or Hello Magazine, one of such things. Yeah, this is a joke, by the way. This is not what pregnant women do. So what does that mean about her? She's not a pregnant woman. Okay, let's not get too far behind in the live chat. Thank you, by the way, to Jokerman, Tony and Kirks. Also DJ Carrera, who was in earlier, and The Price of Adam, who have so far commented. It is much appreciated. Yeah, Tony says, okay. Yeah, Jokerman suggests writing a poem for, I totally agree. If not a poem, then write a letter to your loved one. Something you want them to, just say. And if you can give it to them, then brilliant. Oh, by the way, I've got a notification. I never get notifications on Instagram. I use it, but... Oh, 21 hours ago, someone liked my comment on another complete fraud, Bowel Babe. I left a comment saying, as if people really do this. And where are all the comments on this one, then? Can we not see them? Oh, goodness, right. Yeah, this is Gabby Roslin supposedly outside a cancer ward, singing and dancing. And I said, no, she's mocking all the she's mocking, here we are. As if this happens in real life, all stage, money-making, treatment promoting, mainstream propaganda. Someone asked me, someone said how nasty I was. You should know that Deborah was always singing, dancing. Yeah, and that didn't raise any suspicions. My very questions, that person was, doesn't the fact she was singing and dancing whilst dying raise any suspicions? Don't shoot the messenger. Not at all, she said. Oh, there were more. Oh yeah. Are you joking? I've covered all this stuff so much, but I'm not going to go over old ground, as it were. Tony's mentioned Gil Bates even said he can lower population by 15%. That's 2 billion. Yeah, Bill has said some very concerning things. And let's not forget, just going back to this Hollyoaks actor Gemma, how she is telling you, stop making any choices on your own about your own, health and well-being. Trust in the very same people who would probably heavily recommend you took your, what was that word Tony used? Something or other? Slab jabbed, that was it. Yeah, of course. It's going on with... There's a lot going on at the moment with this guy, Boris Johnson. This headline made me laugh a little bit, and properly made me laugh. Has Boris Johnson ruined public trust in politicians? Does anyone actually trust politicians? Although, to be fair, if we look back at how many people trusted these people without question when they were told, stay at home, don't visit family members, wear a mask, take our treatment plan. People trusted them as if their life depended on it. People were buying every single word said by politicians. Normally because it was supposedly some creepy looking, very unhealthy looking medical expert that had advised them. So has Boris ruined public trust? Again, this is just another story which is designed to infuriate people, I think.
I think Boris Johnson came into as a leader of the Tories with a massive majority, got us through Brexit.
Yeah, people actually used to take Boris Johnson seriously. Yeah, Robert Ward says, I didn't know people trusted politicians before. Do you know what? I'm going to leave a response to him. Judging by how many people took government advice back in 2021, I'd say lots of people mistakenly trust politicians. Oh wow, I spelled politicians right. That's a rarity for me. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to move on from that. Again, it's not something I follow, but what a surprise. The very person telling us not to go and visit neighbours or friends or family wasn't doing any of it himself. Something else to... Because, yeah, I mean, I know people that religiously did everything their government told them to do. Only go out for 20 minutes a day. Don't visit family. All this rubbish. Take a test anytime you want to go and see friends and family. you know, if I had believed a word they said, I would have been absolutely fuming at this point that the person I was listening to wasn't following it. But what do you expect, eh? Jokerman says cancer causing chemicals. Okay, yeah, nothing would surprise me, actually. Yeah, talking about things designed to upset and annoy and create division, I did say in tonight's introduction, is pride being used as another divider among people. I came across this headline about half an hour before I was due to go live. High school maths teacher threatens to punish pupils after Pride video classroom protests. At first I thought kids had gone into their class and started playing a Pride video and didn't listen to their teacher who threatened to punish them. That isn't the case. The teacher was forcing on these kids, apparently, not that I believe a word of it, but they were forcing this Pride video onto a group of kids and they all started listening to their response. It's curious that a headline, you know, that these stories are coming out, right? Video has emerged of high school teacher threatening to punish pupils after they can be heard groaning loudly as a protest against being showed a Pride Month video. Classmates who can be heard moan, stop and turn it off. One shouts out, "Why are you showing this to kids?" And here is a photo of the video. I am kind of curious to watch it. Although before we do, I do have... Hang on. What was that linked to? Yeah, whoever the person is that shared it, someone called Starbuck or something. Or Tarbuck, Jimmy Tarbuck, I'm not sure. What was the name of the person? RLETRVAZ. Can I remember that? RLET. Arlet. Hang on, we're going to look for this video. Arlet V. What was the rest of it? Hang on. I gotta find it now. Yeah, we are gonna learn. Yeah, we're gonna have an educational section before we end tonight. So RLETR Vaz. V. Oh, I don't know. Was that it? No, Arlet Vaz. Alright, let's just see what comes up. Pride protest. Maybe it will come up about the kids in class. Oh, they were... A lot of people seem not to be digging it. I did say there's a march going on in my local... yeah, in my town centre. Where's the one of the kids in school? In class, I'll put. I don't know if we'll find it. Is this it? Who knows what's going on? This could be a genuine classroom. The voices and sound effects could be added. Yes, in memory of... Sorry, not in memory. In recognition of the fact... Oh, by the way, what do you think the punishment was of these kids? I don't know if we get to hear that in the...
Showing it to kids.
Did we hear the teacher tell them off?
Give all of you a Saturday school. Hey, I'll warn you guys now, if you're going to be inappropriate, I will have supervision down and give all of you a Saturday school for next year.
The teacher says, "I'll warn you, if any of you are inappropriate, I'll get the supervisor down here and he'll give you all Saturday detentions." So, They'll make these kids break the Sabbath day. Yeah, no way would yeah, I mean, how disgraceful. Sabbath day coming up, of course, sundown tomorrow, while we are heading towards the last 10 minutes of tonight's Bobzee hour. So I'm not completely done. Yeah, does anyone know what LGBTQ, what's the other ones? AZP? There's definitely a P in there, or there should be anyway. P for pervert. I don't know. We're going to learn, just to show that we're not completely closed-minded of this thing. Also, another thing I've noticed in the news is how many people, Philip Schofield, that's been going on in the background for a long time now. It seems like he's going to be forgiven, or I don't know. I do wonder if Philip was the catalyst that could change people's views on celebrities. So let's say we get another Jimmy Savile, for example. Let's say it comes out that, I don't know, off the top of my head, who's that living doll singer? Cliff Richard. Let's say it comes out that he had some, let's say, questionable life choices. Is it time to forgive? Right. Sorry, guys. LGBTQIA. There's no P. Where's the P? Surely you get a P in there, don't you? Of course, I cannot say the word pride without thinking in my head. Pride comes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. I do owe that a... Pride comes before. A lot of people wrongly think it's pride comes before a fall. Proverbs 16:18. Yeah, so what does it stand for? The basics of LGBTQIA+. Now that plus is very ambiguous. Alright. Okay, we all know L, come on. Oh, something to do with Stonewall Uprising? No idea what that was. I bet that was planned. Gay liberation movement, and that's what Pride Comes Before Destruction is in memory of. Yeah, we're going to learn the terms. What does it... Whoa. Do you know what? That doesn't even look... That's obviously a man, isn't it? We're not... No one would be surprised by that. Sorry to show you this. I can imagine my numbers are going to... the thumbs down button's going to go high. I'm just wondering, where on earth is the P? And what letter? Well, lesbian, yeah, of course it is. We know that. People attracted to women. It's all fornication in God's eyes, of course. Gay, yeah. People are the same. Bi, yeah. Do anything to anything. Well, not quite, actually. The trans people that... This word, assigned to them at birth. People who identify differently from the sex assigned to them at birth. Like a doctor said, do you know what? I'm looking at you. You're going to be a boy. Or you're going to be a girl. No, doesn't work like that. Doctors do not assign you a gender. You come either male or female. It's the only way it is. Sorry if that's uncomfortable. Okay, something else is going to come up in a minute. I think. Let's see. The Q is, yeah, queer. What a choice of an umbrella term for the whole community. Inter, people... Okay, now of course, people whose anatomy don't gel. I wonder if their parents were on any strong hormones prior to birth. Who knows? Someone who's actively an ally, right? A is for ally. So you don't necessarily take it up there. I mean, you don't necessarily engage in their activities, but you're an ally. You approve, basically. Good for them. Okay, right, we're going to have a look at the live chat before we start wrapping up in about 5 minutes. Let's see. Yeah, Joker Man says P is the cause. Alphabet results. Kirk says a month of pride, yet the soldiers get 1 minute on 11-11. 11, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, talking of soldiers, Lee Rigby, that is something. The Lee Rigby thing happened on the 22nd of the month, by the way. They got their numbers in. Probably about a year or two before I kind of started to learn that everything taught to us, everything that gets heavily covered on the mainstream media is generally a load of rubbish. See, people are coming out defending Philip. I think he's going to get back on TV. We haven't seen the last of Phil. He's not going to suddenly disappear like, any other disgraced celebrity. I think he'll be back. That's my call, but I don't know. It was consensual. Well, not if it was with a person under the age of consent, because they're not old enough, but whatever. We have got a couple of minutes to watch this these words by Philip Schofield. Kirk said they mentioned Lee Rigby a few weeks ago. Yes, Lee Rigby was put into my consciousness yet a little while back. I can't remember how or why. Tony tells us he's a wonderful cook who does all authentic Jamaican, Indian, Chinese. Yeah, what part of the world are you in out of interest, Tony? I'd be curious to know. Right, Yeah, so is it a coincidence then that Phillips kind of sounds like he's almost on the verge of being forgiven during Pride Month? Let's see.
You were in a position of power over them. You used your power eventually to give them something they craved, which was a shot at a job in the media. You nurtured a relationship, and then that relationship became sexual. And they might ask, what's the difference between that and grooming?
Well, that obviously is grooming, but let's see what Philip says.
Well, I would say that the initial list of things was not right anyway.
Tell me, why?
Because it was a totally innocent picture, a totally innocent Twitter follow, of which I follow 11,400 people, and then it was a completely innocent backwards and forwards over a period of time about a job, about careers. You do that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with?
See, OK Magazine, whose video this belongs to, are certainly given Philip the kind of platform that you wouldn't generally expect celebrities in this situation to get. Do you remember that footballer? He played for Manchester City, and he went to prison. I can't remember his name now. He was an England player, and he was very well known. And it came out that he had, been engaging in underage activities, and I don't think he ever got a chance to. But of course, that's not being necessarily suggested that that's happening with Philip. Yeah, I saw I saw a few stories encouraging people to forgive our Philip. So yeah, I'm guessing Philip will be forgiven. Right, did we cover everything I wanted to tonight? I think we did. If not, as I say, we will certainly be back Sunday. This was the last one. Just as it came up about medical choices, Gemma Aitkins telling people, put all your trust in the pharmaceutical industry. Here we have Greg Wallace, who was a TV presenter. He admits his age could be the reason that his son now has autism. I read this and was absolutely blown away with some of the reasons they
Greg
said.
Wallace,
don't want
58.
that. I wanted it in a... Never mind. Yeah, okay, apparently Greg's blaming his own age on his son's autism. Did you know the other things that... Take a guess. What else do you think might be suggested can cause autism, other than the mother and father's age? It's mad. I could not believe it when I read it. By the way, Kirk says Philip is the poster boy for maps. Go on, delete it again, YouTube. Normalising boys as playthings for old men. Yeah, we see your comments, Kirks. Just to make sure of it, I will put them on the screen, actually. Hang on, let's see. Although, we'll bring you the live chat up, just so we can make sure everyone sees your comments. But we don't necessarily need to read them. Oh, Tony says he's in Birmingham, by the way. Nobody's special. I'm sure you're very special, Tony. I don't buy that for a second. Do you know what, Tony? You are so special. I'm going to give you a wrench. Add as a moderator. Just a standard one, though. You ain't that special. No, to be honest, I don't think I've got any managing moderators. I don't think my live chat gets that popular or that busy that I particularly need. Where were we? That I need many moderators. The reason I give you the wrench is normally so you can share links, and also we can't have you saying that you're not special. Right, what was the other reasons do you think can cause autism? And do they leave any out? Is there anything that they very much should have included? Greg was asked if he thought his age was linked. Greg said, no, it was probably all those jabs. Sorry, no, he never said that. When asked if it was concerned linked with age, he candidly said, it could be that. Yeah, it could be anything. What else could it be? Blame yourself. This is Greg saying, if your kid's got autism, blame yourself. If not, right, where was it? Absolutely mental, some of the stuff they want to claim can cause autism. Hang on. Okay, you can't legally diagnose it in this country until they're 2.5, but we knew about a year old that he had some issues. Wonder what they had before a year old. Where is it? There were some absolute crackers they suggested. In 2014, findings published in the Journal of Epidemiology stated that the risk of autistic children grows as they get older. They compared parental age with other factors. What do you think these other factors are? Such as family income. What? No, that doesn't. That no way gives your child autism. Parents' psychiatric history. Again, no, not really. If they're taking a lot of medication, psychiatric medication whilst pregnant, then, who knows? But an intellectual disability, I'm not even sure what that means. I guess that's any kind of learning difficulty. Perhaps that's a new name for it. Intellectual disability. The risk of having a child on the autistic spectrum disorder has a more complicated relationship to the age in women, just as it does to family income. What a load of crap. Notice what they've missed out here. At no time have they even suggested the pharmaceuticals. And let's leave it at that. Okay, we have pretty much gone over our hour now. So, as we come to the end of this stream, I'm going to take the time to let you know, if you have enjoyed what you've watched tonight and you want to hit the thumbs up button, that is always appreciated, as is subscribing and sharing this video on social media. Although social media is an absolute joke at the moment, I can't seem to get anyone to the last time one of my tweets got a like. To be fair, I do share a lot of links, so maybe that's it. Yes, I would also like to thank, we do have a new name to thank now, a couple of new names in this one. Thanks to Linda Mack and Jokerman, otherwise known as Midnight Scribbler, for supporting me over on Patreon. I would also like to thank Nathan Oakley, Skeptic936, Sunstar Thunder Lightning, otherwise known as Random Games, and Chris Brown for supporting my work. There are a few ways you can do it on the screen, and links are of course in the description to tonight's video. And Let's see, when are we going to be back? So yeah, thanks to anyone that thumbs up before we leave, okay? Right, our next stream, we will be back on Sunday, okay? Hang on. Yes, so a massive thank you to everyone who has gone to the effort of tuning in this evening, hit the thumbs up button or whatever. I would like to thank Kirks, Tony Whitcomb, Joe Coman, let's see, who have mainly made up the chat tonight. Also, we heard from The Price of Adam and DJ Carrera. Apologies if I have missed anyone. Yeah, let me know in the... Leave a comment before we leave. You've got a few minutes. Joe Command suggests a great documentary on MRA. Yeah. Okay. Oh, MMR. Gotcha, Joe Command. Thank you for those suggestions. Okay, of course, as always, any links to videos on YouTube that we've watched in tonight's stream will be put in the description. Thank you all for taking the time to tune in. I will be back on Sunday night. Have a wonderful Sabbath day, which is always worth observing. And I'm going to say over and out. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a great weekend. Over and out.